Hi, welcome to week 3 of Let's Walk Florida. I'm Heidi Copeland, a Family and Consumer Sciences Extension Agent in Leon County, Florida. I am also a participant of Let's Walk Florida. So if we haven't convinced you yet of the importance of engaging in regular physical activity, perhaps this will be the week. Week 3 encompasses the cognitive benefits of exercise. The cognitive benefits of exercise are especially important. Evidence-based scientific studies demonstrate the effectiveness of physical activity in improving cognitive health across our entire lifespan. Every age group benefits from being physically active. When we are physically active, we can be at our best. Let me share my screen with you and we can talk about the educational guide for week 3. As in past weeks, we have an overview of what's going to transpire this week. In this lesson, week 3, we'll talk about cognitive benefits of physical activity, how our metabolic equivalent of tasks are calculated for common activities, some of the risks associated with sedentary behavior, a bit about nutrition and hydration during physical activity routines, and we've supplied some exercises for cardio strength and flexibility with modifications if necessary. Health matters. Being physically active has many cognitive benefits. Physical activity fuels our brain. How does that happen? Physical activity improves communication between brain cells. Physical activity helps improve our focus. Physical activity helps improve our memory. Physical activity helps provide us with better, deeper sleep. Physical activity helps our concentration, and physical activity can help to repair damaged brain cells. Again, what is physical activity and how do we judge it? There are some very common physical activities, and if we look at the METs down here, 2.3 versus 12.3, we see the main difference here is the intensity. So if we go back up here to look at the metabolic equivalent of task, or MET, it is explained as a ratio using a rate of energy used during activity compared to the rate of energy used during rest. Sleeping or laying on the couch watching TV would be an example of a MET being used during rest. Even when we're doing a very, very low intense activity like sleeping, we are still using energy. And so again, it's kind of, if you think about it that way, it's easier to understand that the more energy you expend, the more it counts towards the intensity. So again, it would make a lot of sense that jumping rope is a lot higher in intensity than doing the laundry. So one of the objectives of the walk through Florida, of Let's Walk Florida, is to increase our activity levels. Sedentary behaviors have been shown to increase the risk of mortality. And we are seeing people who are sedentary have more cardiovascular disease, have more type 2 diabetes, and they're also showing more cancers of the colon, endometrium, and lung. So even increasing activity just a little bit, it can help replace some of these sedentary behaviors. We talked earlier about how fuel is needed for physical activity. And the way that our bodies consume fuel is through food. Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats are the calorie sources that we use in our bodies for fuel. How our bodies use fuel impacts both the exercise performance and the overall effects on our body characteristics such as weight, muscle mass, and fat mass. Carbohydrates are found mostly in grains, fruit, vegetables, and are used for energy for our muscles and our brain. Proteins are found in meat products, eggs, beans, and soy, and help your body repair damaged muscles damaged or cells damaged during exercise. And fat is not listed here, but fat is a nutrient as well. And one of the reasons why we like to look at fat some is because fat is twice as dense in calories as either protein or carbohydrates. There will be more discussion on nutrition in the weeks to come, but this is just a little glimpse at how nutrition can help fuel your physical body during exercise. Ideally, it helps to eat an hour to 4 hours before a workout. Note too that if weight loss is your goal, severely limiting calories will not cause you to sustainably lose as much weight as you would hope. So it is important to consume regular calories and fuel your body well even during exercise. For more information about calories and nutrition, there's an excellent website, and the website is choosemyplate.gov, and it is it has very good visuals and very good information about meal planning. Hydration is also so important during exercise. Our bodies are made up mostly of water, and it's extremely important that our bodies are hydrated daily and that they are well hydrated during exercise. The hot summer months are coming upon us, and so it's, again, very important that we take note of how much we're sweating and our need for hydration. Again, we talked a bit about carbohydrates. Sugar is a carbohydrate, and if we look at some of the sports drinks, they can tend to contain a good bit of sugar. So again, if we're not exercising, if the high intensity exercises for 60 minutes or so, water is a very, very good source for hydration. As in prior weeks, we have also discussed the need for action planning. And with this action plan, this is a good time to reevaluate your goals. Have you noticed any immediate effects of the exercise in the past 2 weeks? What would you like to increase? What would you like to improve? What would you like to change? So start thinking about your small, smart goals this week and think about things that you can adjust. As I mentioned, we were also going to go over a few of the exercises. We'll start with the cardio, the inchworm. Again, if we follow the diagram, we see that basically this is a good stretch as well. I'm going to scroll on down here, but if we wanted to do a modification, perhaps if we had bad wrists or knees are injured or weak or so, or you can't reach the floor, there are some modifications here to help you feel more comfortable and less strained. Hip lifts are a good strengthening exercise, and it is also, especially the physical activity, is good for our bones. A hip lift modification, if you have knee difficulty or you can't raise your hips or it hurts your neck, there are some modifications here as well. And then we have the flexibility exercise. Again, this is pretty straightforward, how easy it is to do. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, there's a modified stretch here, lying on the floor. So again, any activity counts. Physical activity, it's good for the body, it's good for the brain, it's good for the soul. Also, remember, we need to remember each week to track your activity minutes. So it was very nice presenting week 3, and as in the other weeks, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to any of the extension agents that are participating in Let's Walk Florida. Thank you.